Well, I think I have one. Our next guest, Simu Liu, made history, yes, as a superhero star of the first Asian-fronted movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And Destin Daniel Cretton's Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, yes. He also has starred in the CBC Netflix comedy series Kim's Convenience for 5 seasons. Let's get our moderator, Hector Navarro, out here to question and get some answers from Simu Liu. Give it up for Hector Navarro!
He's here, everybody, and I think he's ready. Let's bring him out. Simu Liu, everybody, come on!
What's up, LA? Wow, it's a lot of phones. It's a lot of phones. Everyone's got their phone out for the moment. Which one do I sit on?
Whichever one you want.
All right.
There we go. Nice sweater, by the way. I love that.
Thank you. I'm trying to get festive. You know, basically as soon as Thanksgiving ends, it's holiday sweater time. You know what I mean? And this one has a very special meaning to me personally. So, you know.
Well, the plan is we just have a limited amount of time, but we are going to open it up to questions and answers from the audience in a little bit towards the end. So if you've ever had a question for Simu about Shang-Chi, Kim's Convenience, Star Wars visions, whatever you
Stock
want.
photos.
Stock photos.
If anyone wants tips on how to break into the stock modeling industry, you know, it's all here. I'm a wealth of knowledge. Use me as you see fit. I want to make all your stock photo dreams come true.
I wanted to jump right into this.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. I wanted to jump right into this to kind of get everybody caught up. The last time I did have a chance to talk to you was for the press junket for Shang-Chi, and I learned that Marvel did have some potential future plans for the character. Now, Destin, the director, he knew about them. I learned that they didn't even tell you, the star of the movie, what those plans were, and you were like, I have level B clearance. You're like, I have level, you were like, they're not letting me anything. They're not letting me know anything. But I wanted to ask, we know that a sequel is coming. And another huge thing happened since I last got a chance to talk to you. Destin Daniel Cretton is now going to be directing the next Avengers movie, the Kang Dynasty. So my question to you is, dude, are you in the Avengers? What's going on? Are you in? Are you there?
I mean, I would assume, right? Have any of you guys heard anything? If nobody says anything, I'm going to assume yes.
Oh, okay.
I don't want
to show up to set.
I'm just going to show up.
It's in all seriousness, without getting you in trouble. I don't want to get you in trouble. You don't have to. I'm not asking.
I do plenty of that on my own.
I know.
I'm
trying to help.
Thank you.
Without revealing what they are, since the movie's come out, since Shang-Chi has come out and been this worldwide phenomenon, has Destin called you? Have you learned more about the potential future plans? I just want to know if you at least know something.
Yeah, I'm going to be really honest with you. Destin and I talk all the time as friends, and I think it's really amazing that our relationship has evolved past, I know nobody in the audience wants to hear this, has evolved past just the movie that we worked on, you know. It's really, when we talk, it's like, how's your life? How's your heart? What's worrying you? What's troubling you? You know, it's not like, hey, Destin, what about Shang-Chi? You know, what about Shang-Chi, bro? Like,
Is he just? I know, you're right.
You know, but that being said, I could not be happier for him. And when I found the news out a little bit before a lot of people did, and I got a chance to have that private conversation with him, just to be like, oh my God, dude, like you know, because I was a big admirer of his films. I don't know if any of you guys have seen Short Term 12.
So good. So good.
Incredible movie. It was, you know, the movie that basically got him to Sundance and really put him on Marvel's radar. And I was like, isn't it so crazy how for both of our lives to have started from such humble beginnings to now have the opportunities that we have. I mean, I just love any time that it happens to people who are as pure-hearted and as kind and as genuine as Destin. So, you know that he's going to bring that energy to Avengers. You know that he's going to, I think he's going to knock it out of the park, guys. I really do.
The other thing that happened, as I remembered asking Okay, just as a fan of these Marvel characters and everything, I know your favorite Marvel movie was Thor Ragnarok. That's what you said. And then you were like, if I asked, who would you like Shang-Chi to like meet and mix it up with? And you said Thor, you know, I'd love to work with Taika, that whole thing. Thor, thankfully, had a new movie come out and he didn't die at the end of it. He's still in play, is all I'm saying. So, has that stayed the same? Would you still like Shang-Chi to maybe interact with Thor, Hemsworth at some point?
I'll take anything at this point, Hector. I'm not picky. I'm not trying to be picky. I'll take Korg.
Yeah.
I'll take Korg. I'll take Rocket. I'll take.
I love you mentioned Korg as a joke, but I kid you not. I know for a fact there are people who love Korg, the character, more than Thor Odinson from the Marvel because Korg's awesome.
Korg is awesome, and he's voiced by Taika, obviously. You know, very talented actor / director.
The other thing I wanted to ask about the Shang-Chi of everything is, since the movie's come out, there have now been fans that are like cosplaying these characters, kids dressing up as the character for Halloween.
A couple of people right now.
People right there. Look at that.
I see ballet outfits, I see jackets, I see Shang-Chi's.
And then
the rest of you, what the hell? Next time.
The character's also like a character walking around at Disney California Adventure. Like it's this amazing. What's your response been like every time you do see somebody who has loved these characters and then they're now dressing up, or their kids are dressing up like Shang-Chi? How does it make you feel?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty wild, to be honest. The fact that, I mean, even I remember the feeling of trying on that costume for the first time, you know, at Fox Studios in Australia, and feeling such an immense sense of overwhelming gratitude. And I just feel like, you know, we knew then, we had some idea of how big this movie was going to be, but, you know, when it came out, it became the highest grossing movie of the pandemic era until Spider-Man made it. Sorry. No, I mean, I may have watched Spider-Man more times than I saw Shang-Chi, but, so I contributed. I'm the problem, it's me. But that's a little Taylor Swift reference for you.
It's amazing.
A lot of Swifties in the audience tonight. That's good. So, what was the original question?
I think
it's an incredible feeling, and you know, we know the power of superheroes is to inspire, is to show people that really the possibilities are as limitless as you are willing to imagine, right? And I think, you know, not to make it always about diversity. I really, you know, but I think it's really something incredible when a community sees themselves represented, and really traditionally, if you look like me, you haven't seen yourself represented in that way a whole lot over the course of, you know, your life. And you know, I think even with Wakanda Forever, it's been so incredible getting to learn about Namor and his culture, you know, and Talokan, and
I love it.
You guys have seen the movie, right?
Yes.
Yeah, hell yeah. What an incredible movie. Yeah, representation matters. Those stories matter. You know, superheroes matter. And
Simu, have you had?
That's never been more obvious than just right now in this moment, looking at it.
I know. Have you had a chance to meet the actor who plays Namor, Tenoch Huerta?
Yes, we met. He passed by me at the Wakanda Forever premiere, which I was lucky enough to attend, and I was like, dude, welcome. How do you feel? You know, because I remember what it felt like for someone to say that to me, all the way back when, you know, and I knew what must have been going through his head, just the immense sense of pride, but also like a little bit of the pressure that he must have been feeling to represent his community. And you know, I just, if there was anything that I could try to convey to him in that moment, it was just like, relax, man, you belong here, you're gonna kill it. And then I watched the movie and I was like, now I'm your super fan, so.
That's awesome, man. Here's another really fun thing, is that there's a movie coming out next year. It's called Barbie, and you're in it, which is awesome. And we've seen like some official photos. We've also seen some like, you know, those like photos on set and everything. The movie looks insane, and you said it's like bonkers. Can you tell us anything about this Barbie movie that you're in that's coming out next year?
Yeah, remember when you said that you were trying to not get me in trouble?
Right, you would get in trouble? Got it. The Marvel sniper put their thing down, and now it's the
Warner Brothers snipers. Very.
Did you have fun? Did you have a good time? You guys wrapped shooting already?
I had the best time, and we honestly had the best. You know, from Margot to Ryan to, you know, all of the people. Like, it really was just such a who's who of Hollywood. Like I got to be on set with Will Ferrell, whom I love. It's the holidays, so I'm gonna watch Elf again, which I do every single year. But he's just such an iconic actor.
Wow.
Such an incredible comedian. Just constantly on. Like, it was a masterclass. But also, every single one of them are just such incredible humans. I want to shout out Scott Evans, who became my BFF on set. Scott, of course, is the brother of Chris. Some of you might know. But he's incredible in this movie.
Wow.
And I get to play. I pretty much only do movies now where I get to be an action figure of some sort.
Yes, good.
And so that was in my rider for Barbie.
Okay, this next one might be a little tough. I don't know if you have an action figure coming out for this, but I know you're excited about this. I want to ask about it. You finished shooting a movie called One True Loves.
Oh yeah, no, there's an action figure.
There's an action figure? Okay, tell us about it. It's like a romance, it's based on a novel, and this was something that you were really, really passionate about and excited to do this role. Can you just kind of let everybody know a little bit about the story and why you were excited to be in One True Loves, plural?
Plural, yeah. One True Loves, if for any Taylor Jenkins Reid fans that are out there, they're out there. Look, she's an amazing author. And One True Loves is this beautiful love story. It's kind of this mix between Pearl Harbor and Castaway and The Notebook, I guess. And it was just such a pleasure to read that script and to be considered for that role, first and foremost. It was actually Sarah Finn, who was the original casting director that found me, that reached out. But
shout out to Sarah Finn. Sarah Finn,
because she's doing the most, and she is, she's my MVP of all time, basically.
Marvel's secret weapon, the casting
Absolutely,
director. Come on.
absolutely. She's never gone wrong, except this one time, just one. It's just great to be considered as something other than a martial arts actor, And I know, obviously I love martial arts movies. You guys love martial arts movies. I just never wanted to be stereotyped. I never wanted to be put in a box. And Sarah saw something in me, and when I read the script, I was like, yeah, this is incredible. When can we start? And that was that. So it's a movie that I'm very passionate about for a lot of reasons. I get to do something different. I don't punch anything in the movie. Well,
punch our emotions.
I punch my emotions, yeah, I do that. It's a metaphorical punching. But that comes out next year, so I'm really excited for you guys to see it. Really excited for you guys to see Barbie. Really excited for you guys to see this movie that I just wrapped called Atlas with J-Lo.
Wait, the J-Lo?
The J-Lo. I shot a movie with J-Lo. I know it seems like I made one movie and then just disappeared into the earth, but
You've been working!
I have been working, it's just none of these movies have come out yet, so it just looks like I've been just doing nothing for a year.
Hanging out. But the other thing I want to ask is, on top of all of these projects, you've also done a good amount of voice acting, which I think is awesome. It's Star Wars Visions. I mentioned that.
Would that be a great time to bust out my Star Wars impressions?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sure. Do you have them? What do you got?
Take your weapon. Strike me down with all of your hatred, and your journey to the dark side will be complete.
Not bad, right? I work on that a lot. I spend a lot of time alone.
What, you got any other ones? What else you work on? Pretty good.
And since, I know Mr. Elijah Wood and Mr. Sean Astin are not here, I'm obviously a Lord of the Rings super fan, so I just, in the interest of the Lord of the Rings, I will say this.
Master tricks us. Master deceives us. It tricks you little hobbits.
Amazing. Also, shout out to our ASL interpreter who just went into a golem. That was awesome. That was awesome. Look at that. Yeah! As soon as you went into, we are with our people, everybody. That's all I'll say. We're here.
Absolutely.
LA Comic Con.
Also, I have never felt sexier in my entire life than busting out that Gollum impression in front of thousands of people.
The last thing I want to ask before we open up to the Q&A is, I know you're from Toronto, and shout out to Toronto. I had a chance to visit earlier this year, and you had a list of your favorite restaurants, and I went to one.
Which one did you go to?
I went to Fishman Lobster House. Dude. And the mountain of shrimp, and I am not exaggerating.
Lobster. It is Lobster Clubhouse.
Yes, you're
Lobster
right.
Clubhouse.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Giant shrimp.
The mountain of lobster that we got nearly killed me. It was so good, but it was an awesome experience. One of the best restaurants I've ever been to. In your mind, what makes a great restaurant? What is key?
Well, first and foremost is the food, right? The food reigns supreme. But then if on top of the food, you can give your I'm just gonna say audience, your guests like a truly memorable experience. It's really experiential, and sometimes it's hard to quantify that. But I think you'd agree with me, Hector. Fisherman Lobster Clubhouse gives you all of that. For those of you who have been, you'll know.
You gotta go.
When they bring out the just this pile of deep fried lobster batter, just tossed in this, ginger, scallion, Maggi sauce, XO. Am I making anyone salivate? Like, I know a lot of you guys out there, lobster is just like steamed, grilled, dipped in garlic butter. And I'm telling you, we Chinese people, we do lobster, all right? We stir fried in like a bajillion herbs and spices, and it tastes like heaven.
It was amazing. I can't wait to go back. Hopefully I get to go back at some point. But I highly recommend, if you guys are ever in Toronto, go. And if not, just book a ticket. Just head out there just to go to Fisherman Lobster Clubhouse. It was phenomenal.
This talk's been sponsored by Fisherman Lobster Clubhouse, by the way, just so you know.
By LA Comic Con and Fisherman Lobster Clubhouse. Simu, thank you so much for answering my silly questions. We have some time now. We want to open it up to a Q&A.
Let's do it.
Would you like to take the honors and maybe pick some folks?
Oh my God, yeah, this always gives me so much anxiety. I'm going to start with someone who's dressed as, our LA character from Shang-Chi.
Wow.
How are you? Good. We're going to get you a mic.
Here we go.
Hi.
Hey.
Really big fan, if you can't tell. Watched the movie earlier this week. Amazing.
Who's dressed up as me and who's dressed up as Katie?
I'm you.
Got it.
Got it. We watched the movie, and afterward we were like, oh my God, this is literally us. But as me as Shang-Chi, this is Katie. But yeah, the movie was really great, obviously breaking a lot of boundaries for diversity in Marvel movies, and made a lot of people feel really represented, including me. And you've also been Kim's Convenience, a lot of other things. And I was wondering, like,
can you hold the mic a little bit closer to her? Just so that, there we go.
Sorry. And I was
you're great. You're great.
And I was just wondering, like, what kind of other roles are you looking to branch out to and just explore kind of the types of stories that could be represented, and how you can want to be a part of it?
I thought it was very clear. As long as I have an action figure, I will do it.
That's what he said.
I will do anything. As long as I will.
Star Wars!
You know what's great is that I know this for a fact.
Fantastic.
Simu, you were in Star Wars Visions, which is an awesome project if you guys haven't seen it. You only took the job because you were like, would this prevent me from being in other Star Wars? And they said no.
They said no. They did say no.
It's still a possibility, y'all, so.
That's up there. No, to answer your question a little bit more seriously, I mean, I think there's so much I want to do just because I at least as of now, have only done one movie, and as amazing as playing a superhero is, and trust me, it's the best thing ever. There's so much more I want to explore as an actor, as an artist, and so, I will watch Top Gun and be like, put me in a fighter jet.
Yeah. And
then I'll watch Mission Impossible and I'll be like, I want to dangle on the side of an airplane as it takes off. Really, I think the world is open. I think I really want to explore the action genre outside of just martial arts movies. I basically have just named 2 Tom Cruise movies. I've realized.
You watch Cocktail.
I just want to be Tom Cruise.
You're like, put me behind a bar, I'll be in Cocktail. Like every Tom Cruise movie you're watching, like, I could do that.
I could do that. Show me the money, Jerry.
Yeah, there you go. That's awesome. All right, any other questions here from the fans? Go ahead, Simu, if you want to.
No, Hector, you pick someone.
Me?
It's giving me too much anxiety.
Oh my goodness. I know that earlier I saw some Shang-Chi cosplayers as well. Where are the cosplayers?
That guy's holding up 2 rings right there.
Oh my gosh, look at this little Shang-Chi right here. Right, okay, here we go.
Little Shang-Chi.
We'll get to the little one, but here we go. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Reese.
Reese?
Yeah. And I'm an action figure collector, and I was wondering, like, how is it like...
we're about to have a great time. My whole career, you're going to have...
I was wondering, what was your reaction, like, seeing your face for the first time on an action figure?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you, Reese. I was not cool about it. The day that I found out that my action figures had come out in Targets, I went to 6 Targets around LA. And I texted all of my friends, and they started hitting up Targets. Some of them might be in this audience right now.
That's why it was
Shout out
hard
to Chris.
for me to find one. Thanks a lot, Simu. You and your friends got them all.
We went and we bought them all, basically. No, we were, I mean, it was so much fun, and I have the best friends in the world. We were on this group chat together, and they were like, I'm at the one in Culver City, I'm at the one in Melrose, like, which one are you hitting up? Like, I got 3 at this one, and we hit up like 20-something targets all around the city, and we were just like,
ripping them out of kids' arms like,
that's
no.
it, yeah.
We need
Drop
3.
kicking kids out of the way. But it was so cool getting to see it, and you know, right at the beginning of this whole process, I got to go to Ironhead Studios in the Valley, and
They scanned you?
They did a full 3D scan of my body, and I was like, why do you need this? It's kind of an invasion of privacy. And they're like, it's to make action figures of you. And I was like, fair enough, proceed. And to see it, like, I remember I was dealing with like an employee who was helping me out, and I was like, that's me, and he didn't believe me. He was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, look at his face, look at the side of his head. And I pointed to beauty marks. I don't know if those of you who are further away can see, but I have these like little tiny beauty marks on like this side of my face specifically. And on the action figure, the marks were there, and I was seeing the look on his face. He was like, it was pretty incredible.
I'm gonna go home and check my Marvel Legends for those little birthmarks. Okay, we have a question here from the little Shang-Chi cosplayer. Look at this. Oh,
We
no,
will
so-
take questions from people not dressed as Shang-Chi
That's
as well,
true.
I promise.
I just wanted to tell you that I brought my kids here today specifically to see you. This
Oh,
is
thank you so
all of our
much.
first Comic-Cons.
Oh my gosh.
We wouldn't be here if it
On a
wasn't
scale of
for
1 to
you.
10, how nerdy is it? Just wondering. I'm kidding. I'm among my people, so this is awesome. Can you please hold up that calendar for the audience?
Oh my gosh.
I was in a shirtless. It's a shirtless picture of me. I was for the month of April.
Also, can we, just from everybody here as a welcoming, can we get a round of applause for their first Comic-Con ever?
Yes, absolutely. Welcome.
Cosplayers, that's awesome. Welcome.
I just wanted to say thank you for showing my kids that Asians can be superheroes too.
That's awesome. I feel bad for the person who's going to ask the next question.
Yeah. What's your workout regimen like?
Oh man, we just had a beautiful moment and an experience here. But yeah, I work out. Okay.
Would you right at the front over here?
Right here?
Hi,
Hey.
my name's Alyssa. Just
Hi,
like you,
Alyssa.
I'm Asian and I love boba. So I just wanted to know if you have any updates on what your favorite boba shops or boba orders are.
Favorite boba shops, favorite boba orders. Any updates?
The real questions.
Yeah.
That was a great follow-up, I will say.
Yeah.
Do you guys love boba? Yeah, it's bubble tea.
Bubble tea.
Boba or bubble tea. I'm not trying to be discriminatory, you know. As long as you consume the drink, I feel like that's a net positive. Boba guys. Strawberry matcha latte. I love that. Bopo mofo. Big fan. And then jasmine milk tea. Just anywhere. Big jasmine milk tea fan. Awesome.
I think we got time for one more question.
My man at the front has been eagerly.
There we go.
His hand is.
Yes.
What's up?
I hope this isn't much of a downer, but can you talk about what Jason David Frank and Power Rangers meant to you?
Oh my God.
Yeah. You a big Power Rangers fan?
I
growing
was
up?
a massive Power Rangers fan.
Same generation.
Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Power Rangers might have been the first TV show that I ever watched after immigrating to Canada. I was born in China, and I came to Canada when I was about 4 and a half. And of course, my parents hated that I loved Power Rangers so much. They thought I was just watching it for the violence, and fair enough. I probably was mostly. But I was also watching it because it was showing me what it meant to work together as a part of a team. It was teaching me about friendship, and Jason's story. I shouldn't say Tommy's story. In Power Rangers was so special to me because he was a loner. He was a lone wolf. He was by himself. I was an only child. I didn't have any siblings. I always felt like I never quite fit in because I was always the new kid. For the first couple of years, I didn't even speak English, and man, just watching him grow from like a loner, from a villain to a part of a team, to like really embracing his leadership and becoming just the best possible version of himself and really giving himself to that cause. I know I'm reading way too deep into Power Rangers right now, you guys, but
it's there, Simu.
But it's there. I mean, he is my favorite, and it's not close. He's my favorite Ranger ever, and I think he's going to be missed because I think it wasn't just me that he touched. I think he touched all of you guys and everyone who was lucky enough to watch him. Not only was he an incredible actor, but I think he was just so good to the fandom, to the community, and I regret that I'll never get to. We sent a couple of messages back and forth, but I never got to meet him in person, and I'll always be really sad about that. We'll be missed.
That was a beautiful question, man. Thank you so much, and thank you guys all out for coming out to see Simu Liu. Let's have a round of applause for Simu.
I love you guys. Thank you so much. You guys have been awesome. Round of applause for Hector.
Woo!